Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. As we can see, I have just disassembled something, and that is the prospector that I did way back when. The LUV prospector. So I am actually going to replace it. I used the Aura whatever tip. I'm going to replace it with Draconium because apparently that is better now. I didn't have access to Draconium at the time, but now I think we are this way. Yep, there we go. So as we can see, it does 15 by 15 chunks, and the other one did 11 by 11. I do have an extra LUV thing from oh, that's right. I disassembled the old circuit assembler to get the parts back. Apparently, I'm running into walls. Let's... Oh, I didn't... Nope, it hasn't been charged. Dang it! Anticlimactic. I was about to use it, and it's not charged. So let's just charge this up really quick and then take a look at... Just throw it in here. I don't know how much it uses. Let's just get, I don't know, 5 million. Is that enough? It may not work on... Oh, there it goes. What did it use? 5,000. Yeah, it uses about 20,000. It doesn't use much. Ore and oil don't work on in this world because it doesn't have any. So let's take a look. So ore. Yeah, so wow, that is a really large area. So it does 15 instead of 11. So before I went up to, it was 5 by 5 in either direction. This is 7 by 7 in either direction. So yeah, I just wanted to get that done because I need to head to, I think we're going to try IO for the tin. I think we're going to try to find a tin vein. I know they spawn above 60, I think it is. So it's a bit harder to find, but they do have a decent spawn rate. So it has a weight of 50, but it only spawns 60 to 220, so it needs higher land. I should check out Venus, because Venus is quite mountainous. Whereas Twilight Forest, the End, the Moon, Overworld, those aren't that mountainous. So I'm going to try Io and then maybe Venus to see if I can find this, because I'm going to need about 10,000 tin here coming up. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. All right, we are back, and I have gone ahead and crafted up a little bit of... I can remember where I was going. I crafted up another obliterator, and I'm trying to figure out kind of the best way to organize this, and I think this will work. Go ahead and that. Now I have, I think I have, oh, I have room. So we're gonna try these Quantium pipes. I think these are the best pipes we have, and I have thousands of Quantium, and they do 32 sacks a second, so I might as well use the best that we have here. So we'll see. I think this will work. I'm a little worried that it's... I don't think it'll put scrap back in. But, well, no, of course not. Because it can't input from... I can tell it to not input from the output slot. So that shouldn't be able to... But, well, these are going to be full anyway. So, yeah, I think that will work. So we'll just set all these to item output like that, and it should send it over to that in theory. We'll see. So we got 3 of these. And fluid, I probably don't need the fluid. Actually, I could probably use this. We'll just auto output. I don't need to have a fluid import. Yeah, we'll just have this auto output in the back. And then I can add more as I want. I can add more like recyclers. If this works as I hope it does. We'll connect those. Throw that on there. And then each of these gets a capacity card, and I guess we'll do that first in that one. We'll do that first in these. And then I also need 2 of those. All right. It does appear, yeah, all right, so that's working. And then you fluid output to the right. Yep, there we go. It looks like we're keeping up here. We might even be, Question is, now that I'm thinking about this, should I have a tank in between? Because eventually it looks like we're actually producing more UU matter. Well, I was gonna grade this to, what would I even one cable to that? If I upgrade this to LUV. Because if I do that, we won't be, well, we're like right there. All right, so I think, I don't know, I'm just trying to not have to upgrade the LUV Fast Fabricator, but I feel like we're gonna have to. Question is, how am I gonna power it? Yeah, how do I? I could maybe. Maybe do another LUV dynamo, which I probably have. All right, yeah, I have that. That's easy. All right, so let me cut here. I also need to have another transformer here. And that I also need an quad cable. I need about 10. Yeah, just do 20 while we're here. I'm gonna use it eventually. For the circuit, yeah, I need to upgrade some of this cabling for this. But yeah, let me cut and we will come back. All right, I've gone ahead and done a little bit of work on the circuit room, but I am replacing energy hatch with ZPM here. So that will be, I think, yeah. So that'll help with faster circuits. Not that they were like super slow, but yeah. So I just basically I moved this over a little bit, this like transformer line. So that's the LUV, and then I crafted a new transformer for there. And yeah, I'm just covering up these cables here. I do like how that hides the thing. Now I also heard, you can actually, these foils, you can put a foil, say, here, and I think it still sends the thing through if you hit it with a screwdriver. So I didn't even know you could do that with, oops, I put it on the wrong one. With the foils, like the covers, the foil covers, I had no idea you could do that. There's probably a better one to put on, like, to match with the, like the white, but steel, these are steel foils. I just think they're easier. But yeah, there we go. I guess you can like set it to different, whatever you want. Yeah, there's a whole lot of different things you can do. But I just basically just want energy. But yeah, that just kind of makes it look a little bit cleaner without having to have the, I usually do the transformer in the wall to block that. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I could probably do like a white one, would probably, maybe like tantalum, but I don't particularly want to use tantalum. Man, look at all these different foils for things I've never even heard of. Yeah, infinity catalyst, we should do that. Oh, maybe like manganese or something. I don't know. I don't really mind the gray. It kind of goes with the whole scheme anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Now I think, yeah, we're up to 11,010 from my miners. Are they still going? Thought I saw. No, they may be done. But I think for the ZPM energy hatches, I think we are good to craft 16 of them. So as we can see, lots and lots of stuff we need to craft up here. Let me just make sure I don't use up all my, no, we're good. Yeah, so 16 ZPM energy hatches. We are good to go. That's crazy. Lots and lots of stuff, but overall it's really not, they're not that bad anymore. I mean, okay, so that's a lot, but, and the europium, I probably have to craft up a whole lot of europium, but yeah, let's get that going and we'll see if we run into any problems with that. That should have turned on the fusion reactor relatively soon. Should drop all the stuff in. So yeah, let's cut here and we will come back. All right, everything is going pretty well, but I did notice my vacuum freezer was shut off. I had to turn it back on, and I am assuming that is because I have, I'm kind of stressing my power network here. With the blast furnace, that's 2 ZPM amps. Now I have added my circuit assembler, pulls the ZPM amp by itself. And then, what else? There was another one that pulls the ZPM. I can't remember. But yeah, so unfortunately, I think I am pulling, I'm just, with this super complicated recipe, with so many different moving parts, I am 4 amps of ZPM is actually just not enough for these complicated recipes. For 99% of the time, it's fine. But when I'm pulling multiple ZPM amps out, it is just, it's not enough. So I am kind of debating whether I should upgrade that. Usually I have the 16 amp one anyway. Yeah, the 16 amp dynamo. But I would have to upgrade a whole lot of this stuff, which is fine, but it's just gonna take me some time with crafting. Yep, it's slowly going up, but I'm just kind of leaving it for now, because we are actually burning through all that wood finally, that backlog. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that I may need to upgrade. So I'm gonna have to go along here and figure out exactly, like, I'm gonna have to count how many amps I'm max pulling for each kind of building. So say like, okay, 4 amps total here. I'm gonna have to have a 4 amp cable at the minimum running down here. And then, you know, this is pulling 1, this is pulling 1, so I would have to have at least 6 amps. This is pulling 1, so 7. That's kind of what I have to do with the entire base. I mean, the main part coming out of here is going to be the hard bit. But most of it I have already set up to, like, I've set this up so this can hold 4 amps. This can only pull like 2 amps and 1 amp, so there's only ever going to be 3 amps no matter how big that dynamo is in the power station. So I have set it up like that, but like in theory this can pull, no, that's right, this can only pull 1, that can pull 1, this can pull 2. So in theory this can hold 4, which I've already put the correct cabling for that. It's kind of where they start joining up. So 4 amps down here, but then it's split. So I'm going to have like at least, I forget where it is. I kind of made it a bit weird over here, I think, didn't I? I don't remember. Yeah, so this will be 4 amps, but then this is going to have to be upgraded. So this is kind of what I have to figure out. And I'll have to do a bunch of math on how much Naquata cable I'm going to need, because I'm sure it's going to be quite a lot. I also did, I think over here, is it? I've kind of opened up a little bit more of a, like a tunnel kind of thing down here, just so it's a little bit easier to kind of reach cabling and stuff like this down here. Unfortunately, I can't go under, because that's the bedrock, so it's a little bit awkward with the cabling blocking my path, but I can kind of do that. So yeah, I gotta kind of clear out a lot of this, so it just makes it a little bit easier to upgrade and stuff. So I have gone ahead and I'm almost done with, I think I only have like 1 more ingot to go for the energy hatches, but I've gone ahead and threw down a sign for how many amps of ZPM I have going in there, because I kept getting, like I would forget, I would be counting and I'd like get all kind of confused, so I was like, okay, let's just put signs down. So I got 8 amps going into there, and then like 1 amp going into there, 1 amp into there, 1 amp into there, just so I can kind of figure out how big these cables need to be. And I think most of it is actually okay. So like this has 4 amps going. There's already enough cable to handle 4 amps. And it's not going to be pulling 4 amps, but that's like the absolute max. So I kind of tried to figure out like, okay, so this can pull 1 amp. This can pull 2, that can pull 1, so that's a total of 4. If everything is absolutely running at like pulling as much possible, which is quite rare. So like that's good, but then I'm gonna have to upgrade a little bit this way, because that can be 2 amps, 1 amp, and 4 amps. But that one over there is only 1 amp, so I don't have to increase that. So I've got a few things I have to craft up here, mostly just a lot of Naquata. But that is kind of how I am going to figure that out. And I don't think I will be upgrading anything higher than a 16 amp. I don't even actually know, now that I'm thinking about it, how many... So that's like 1, 5, 6, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 23. So like if absolutely everything was running at full speed, pulling as many amps, I have 23 amps, but I don't think I'm ever going to be up that high. But the question is, do I make cable that big? I don't know. But let's take a look at this, and it looks like, yep, there we go. I had one extra energy hatch. I forgot I put them in this chest, and I crafted up another one for the thing over there, so I do have an extra ZPM energy hatch, and I don't... Oh, I know where I can put it. I know. I can probably throw it on here, and increase the amount of... I can add 2 more turbines. Maybe that's what I'll do. So I can have 4 amps of ZPM going in here, because this can only accept 2. And yeah, so that's actually not bad, because I did craft a dynamo for that. Somewhere. Yeah, so I do have a ZPM dynamo. I would need to do 1 more dynamo. But I think we're going to upgrade the power, because I was struggling a bit. The multi-factory over here was... These things were kind of struggling a bit. So I think I'm going to upgrade this first. But I need to figure out how much cabling I need and get that all smelted up before I end up breaking any wires. Alright, I have been doing a bunch of crafting. I'm basically just smelting up a whole lot of Naquata. It's actually all been spotted. We're waiting on all this. So as we can see, got lots of Naquata going on, and as we can see, there's lots of crafting going on, and that is because I am crafting a bunch of 64K storage component things. So I can craft a few more, 2 more co-processing units, because as we can see, all the stuff is scheduled, but it's not actually working. I think part of that is it may be waiting for certain things, but it also only has 1 crafting thing on it. So if we go over here, it only has the 1 computer on it kind of thing. So I'm thinking if I add a couple more to that, it may actually be able to do more processes at the same time. Kind of guessing with that. I don't really know what determines how many things it can do at once. Like right now it's only doing 2 things. Like, why isn't it sending this stuff to here, and why isn't it sending this stuff to here, kind of thing. So I think that maybe the... Why is it, like, not doing any of this? It's like it's waiting for it to finish this craft before it does the other. I don't know. But the other thing I was doing is crafting up. So that's there. And I was also crafting up for the... some more storage. I need the 64K is for the storage, basically, and then I'm also going to craft up a few of the engineering press. So I actually need 3 more of those, because it needs to be a block. It needs to be a square. Yeah, so I'm thinking 3 64Ks and then 2 more computer crafting co-processing things, so we can see if that actually makes like a difference. Unfortunately, I won't be able to compare to this recipe, but yeah, see, now it's going. So I'm a little curious, kind of like what decides when it can and when it can't go. I'm not sure if it just was waiting for that to finish first or not. So, yeah, I did realize, I think, when I was having the issue over here, is when the both machines in the clean room are running, because now these are running on ZPM. If these were both pulling an amp each, yeah. So if like this is running and this was running and it was trying to pull amps for there, I think that was when I was having a bit of an issue. But anyway, let me out here and we will come back. All right, there is the crafting storage units. So let's go ahead and see if this makes a bit of a difference. Obviously, I'm not going to be crafting up the exact same recipe, but I think I may need to rearrange this a little bit. Actually, it doesn't even need to be, what am I talking about? It doesn't even need to be a big one because there's only 3. It's only going to be 3 channels. But gotta have it this way. There we go. And then we'll add the 2 of those there. 3 of those there. So we have 1 super big computer, 1 medium-ish computer, and 1 small one. I need to add about 6 more if I get around to it. I just never remember to do it because there's always something else I need to craft. But the reason I wanted to do that is because I need for the, not the fusion casings, the fusion coils, we need the iridium reflectors. So I need 32. You get 2 each, and then I need the 1 more for the actual controller recipe. Now this takes forever to figure out and makes a lot of noise, but eventually it figures itself out. It's all the crafting table recipes. There's no assembly recipe for them. It's only, come on now. Usually it goes faster than this. Still trying to figure out, there it goes. Wow, that took longer than usual. Usually it only takes about 10 seconds. But yeah, as we can see, we're gonna need 15,000 ingots, 10,000 or 15,000 iron, 10,000 tin, 10,000 carbon, 10,000 raw carbon fiber. That might be a bit of an issue with the poly stuff, but everything else is actually not that bad. Oh well, iridium. Actually, they don't even use that much iridium. I'm only using 276 iridium. It's mostly tin and iron. Alright, so this isn't even that bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. And I'm curious if adding the coprocessors actually made a difference. The only way I'd find that out is if I kind of like did the exact same recipe I did before, which I actually could, because I am trying to replace these with at least 64K. Or just adding them at least. So I need like 8 more. But yeah, unfortunately those neutron things, it needs a, like there's the assembly recipe, but this small, there's only like, there's no other recipe, so it has to be done with a wrench. That's why that was taking so long to figure out, I think. But yeah, this is going to take a while. This is telling me 1 hour and 35 minutes, so I feel like that's going to take about 4 hours if it's telling me 1 hour and 35 minutes. But where is, I may need to, yeah, this. I only have 3,000 in there. I'm definitely going to have to add more than that. So why don't we just go ahead and throw a stack of the stuff in there. I'm getting low on this. I'm going to have to automate it, but maybe in between episodes. That's going to take me a while to figure out. So maybe, I don't know, Not this episode, but maybe in between the episode after that. But yeah. Now, while that's crafting up, the other thing I need is 480 Cenarium. And if we remember Cenarium, you can either do it in that molecular transformer thing, or you can do it in the fusion reactor. It just uses helium plasma and glowstone. I think it's a 1-to-1, so what do I need? So 480 Cenarium. So that would be, I'm trying to think of like how much, well, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. With the helium plasma, I can just pull out what I don't use, but the glowstone, I guess it would be, yeah, like 480 of this, so that's 256. What is that? Don't know, 5. Try to figure out the math here on these large stacks. 480. All right, so that's 480 glowstone. Now I think I can just throw it in. I'm not using this. No. And that is a lot. That may go through that entire thing. That much of it. I don't know, we'll see. That might be a problem. But I can always do it with epoxid. It uses a bit more epoxid, but I do have that automated. So I'm thinking maybe if we throw the glowstone in there and just kind of borrow this other one, that should work, right? That's helium plasma though, isn't it? I may have to kind of mess around with this a bit. I should probably... I should have more input hatches for this, but I don't do this. Currently none will be locked to the next that is put. Wow, that is the thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. Every day I like learn something. So you can have it lock on the next fluid that goes in it. Wow, I had no idea you can do that. All right, so let's see if we can do this. So I'll take helium plasma, and then I'll just take whatever's like left over from it. So we'll put that in there. And then how about we throw this in there? Let's see if it turns on at least. Ah, right. So I have a thing on there, don't I? Where did it go? It did go through there. Alright, so that I have... The filter is... I don't know what I did with the filter. I have to take a look at that, but that filter is actually not... I need to throw the rest of this in. Because I thought it was set to only let neodymium through, but obviously that didn't work because glowstone went through, so... I gotta maybe hit it with a screwdriver. Alright, so there, that should be the Cenarium being produced. Let me hit that with a deny input. No, that's not what I want. I thought it was permit filter input deny output, maybe? No. Yeah, filter input deny output. Maybe that's what it is. So it's filtering whatever is on the filter, it'll only let that through. I think that is it. I'm still not exactly sure on that. All right, so that should be producing... Yeah, there's the Cenarium. All right, perfect. So we'll just kind of like take that out. I don't know how much... Well, it's going to be like that amount. So if it's about 60,000. All right, so that's good to know. I could just do... No, I'll just do that. Or should I throw that? I'm just gonna leave that for now. And then I'll chuck that in the fluid solidifier. I'm assuming you can solidify that, right? Into like ingots, and if I need to... No, wait, I need molten, don't I? Yeah, I need the molten scenarium. It needs to go in the thing, that's right. All right, so we got that going. Let's go check on this. Yeah, this is going to take a very long time. But yeah. It's nice to kind of see everything going on. I don't think we're cooking up any circuits or anything, so we shouldn't have any issues yet with any of these machines. Shouldn't be flashing. I just noticed that like the pollution was like going over here. That's kind of cool. What is our pollution around here? That's not too bad. It's bad over by the blast furnaces and the ore processing. It looks like it's the worst by the ore processing because I've been using that the most. But anyway, we'll let that just all kind of craft up, and we will come back and next episode and maybe work more towards the fusion reactor. I think I'm going to actually... I had the extra... Didn't I have an extra energy hatch? Yeah, I have... Oh, no, I have 2 extra. Did I craft another one? I don't even remember. I feel like I do stuff and then I forget. Like I walk away from the computer for a few hours and then I forget what I did. I must have went to craft up another energy hatch. But yeah, the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to replace... I wanted to replace these with the ZPM energy hatches, but we'll wait till all that crafts up, and then I'll have to lay some more cables for that. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.